Hey, Moni? Okay, now we're good. I just had to check it. I lower my voice. Monica responds quietly. There's something about that look on her face, though. Something slightly concerning. I lift an arm, gesturing for Monica to come over. After a brief moment, she joins me and rests her head on my chest. I take a deep breath, keeping my voice low. You doing okay? You seem stressed. Monica nods sheepishly.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little exhausted, that's all.
Monica feigns a smile. It's obvious she's not feeling herself. I then look back quickly to get a glimpse of Yuri. She's gone back to reading, the world around her all but a blur. I look back to Monica, pulling her in a little closer. Are you sure that's all? Monica looks up, giving off a slight hint of irritation in her gaze. Giving off a slight hint? She then wriggles out of my grasp and sighs, trying to keep her voice low.
Hallie, I told you already, I'm fine. What else do you want?
To say I'm taken aback by Monica's demeanor would be an understatement. Yuri mentioned her seeming blunt, but to see it with my own eyes... Well, it's a bit of shock to see her like this. Moni, something clearly happened. Yuri mentioned you were a little off. I think you forgot a space there. Please
Oh, she did now? Tell me, Hallie, what else have you two been saying about me?
What? Where the hell did you get that idea? I've rarely spoken to Yuri since Saturday.
What about yesterday, then? You two seemed like you were having fun.
I run my hands over my face, desperately trying to figure out just what the hell is going on.
With all due respect, Monica, I was only asking Hallie if you were okay. That's it. Nothing more than that.
Yuri steps in to back me up, her tone echoing my growing frustration.
Please, just tell us what's wrong. You're not acting like yourself. And to be honest, you're starting to scare me a little.
After those words leave Yuri's mouth, Monica's expression suddenly shifts. Gone is the seeming anger which brewed behind those emerald eyes, now replaced by a more remorseful look.
I'm... Christ, what is wrong with me?
Monica? My heart sinks. I look back to Yuri, her expression borderline mirroring my own. She goes to say something, but the door suddenly swings open.
Hello, Literature Club!
Sayori's cheery demeanor provides a sudden burst of light to the club. Yeah. A light that is quickly extinguished as soon as she opens her eyes and sees the current situation. She stays silent.
Hallie, I'm sorry.
Monica rushes out of the club room, barely keeping it together. Sayori hurries after her not long after she leaves. And then Natsuki walks in.
Would someone mind telling me what the hell just happened?
I'm still trying to figure that out myself. I don't know, Nat. I then slink towards a desk at the far corner of the room, right by the window. I hold my head in my hands, my eyes making occasional glances towards the outside world. An awkward silence takes hold of the club as I hear Yuri and Natsuki move around the room, presumably trying to get into their usual activities. I'm just left worrying about Moni. Sure, Sayori is with her, but I'm just hoping if they talk about this that Monica's honest with her. I've only seen Monica get worked up like this a small handful of times. Even then, I hate seeing her like this. Monica and Sayori eventually returned to the clubroom. Monica seemed to be doing a little better. Despite that, the awkward atmosphere doesn't die down. It just remains as a lingering constant throughout the rest of the session. We didn't even end up sharing poems today. Not that it would have done anything to salvage the atmosphere, but it would have at least been something pleasant to pass the time. I thought they were only doing poems once a week, or did I misremember that? As I'm getting my bag on, Sayori walks over to me.
Hey, Hallie. How you holding up?
I sigh through partially open lips. I'm doing a bit better. I look down for a brief moment. About what happened earlier,
It's okay, Hallie.
Sayori then rests a hand on my arm.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I think it'd be better if you went home on your own today. Monica said she wanted to talk to me after club anyways, so...
I nod. Oh, okay. I don't what it was about that sentence. Don't know what it was, but I felt a pit form in my stomach just now. And I'm starting to think Sayori's starting to notice that. Starting.
She's not angry at you, Hallie. It's some other stuff she wants to get off her chest.
I nod once more and go to walk out the clubroom. Before I leave, though, I turn to face Sayori once more. Sayo?
Yeah?
I put a hand on her shoulder. Just make sure Moni's okay. Sayori gives me a soft, gentle smile.
I'll do my best.
With that bit of reassurance, I then leave the clubroom. As I open the door, I catch a final glimpse of Monica. She's standing at the very front of the room, her eyes, from what I can tell, locked to the floor. I know Sayori's basically told me not to worry, but I can't help it. It's only just been 2 weeks since we got together, and I'm already fretting about that? Fuck, I really need to stop overthinking things. I stop in the middle of the corridor for a brief moment and pull out my earphones. If I'm really walking alone, I might as well do something to keep myself from looping my thoughts in silence. I put my playlist on shuffle and restart my walk.
I give it a few minutes before checking to see if Hallie has gone yet. Peering my head out the window, I'm able to catch a glimpse of him moving out the gates. He seems to be taking a slow walk back. Is he gone yet? Yeah, he just left. I turn to flash Monica a reassuring smile. Excuse me?
Oh, I guess we're Sayori now.
Monica, in contrast, seems a little uncomfortable. I've known Monica for a while now, but I've only seen this side of her once before. That was last week. If you're uncomfortable talking about this, you don't have to force yourself. Sayori, if I keep this inside, I'm worried I'll get worse. Like, Hallie already knows a bit of what's been going on. I just feel like I need to talk to someone I know isn't going to be completely biased. You think Hallie's biased? It sounds dumb, but it's a slight worry of mine. Monica wipes her eyes with her sleeve. She then looks to the side with an unsteady sigh. Hey, Sayori. Do you want to walk for a bit? It might help me clear my thoughts a bit. I mean, there's a park near where Hallie and I live, if you're okay with that. That sounds lovely, Sayori. Let's go. We both then get our bags before heading out the classroom. Monica then looks up, and then we start heading out to school. We ended up taking a slower walk to the park. Partially to give Monica more time to straighten her thoughts, partially to take in the scenery. I haven't been here for a few years now. Hallie and I would always come up here when we were kids. Eventually, though, we come up to a bench and I sit down. I bet the seat next to me, but Monica simply stands there. She breathes slowly through slowly parted lips, almost like she's preparing herself for whatever she's going to tell me. Slowly, slowly. I'd say seeing her like this is something new to me, but it isn't. Well, not like this. I've seen her be slightly anxious about things before, especially when we first started at the club. But I've never seen her get angry like that before, nor have I seen her cry like she did after I caught up to her. I clear my throat. So, about earlier, I stammer, surprisingly able to form a short question.
Pardon me.
I guess I've got some explaining to do, huh? It's nice to see her starting to seem like herself, but I can't help but feel that there's a slight tinge of sadness to her voice. She takes yet another deep breath before looking me dead in the eye. Oh, where do I begin, Sayori? Probably with what got you so worked up.
Sorry, I keep clearing my throat. It's not working.
She sighs nervously through parted lips, a sea of thoughts flowing through her mind. Can you promise that this will remain between us two? Of course, yeah. After this, these lips will remain sealed. I do a mock zipping my mouth motion and succeed in getting a slight giggle from Monica. But yeah, about what happened. So, me and Hallie were on a date Saturday, and he stayed out whilst I went in one store to get something that I thought he'd like. And when I get out, Yuri's there chatting with him. I mean, that's obviously not an issue on its own. Where is she going with us? I just got a little nervous since Hallie's my first boyfriend, you know. I guess that's only natural. Like, I wouldn't exactly know. I've never been with anyone like that. My dad didn't do anything to help my worries, though. He just made them worse like he always does. I slightly raise my brow in confusion. Like he always does? I go, what did he say? Once again, Monica looks me right in the eye, an air of sadness to her gaze. If you don't mind me asking, of course. If you don't want to talk about... That's... He made an off comment about Hallie probably seeing Yuri behind my back. My eyes widen. No. I know Hallie, he'd never do that. I know he wouldn't. It's just that something about what he said. I guess it's just stuck with me more than I thought. I even had to step out of one of my classes because I thought I was gonna just explode at Yuri. Monica then pauses, starting to nervously rub her wrist. Her breathing becomes visibly faster as her chest starts rising up and down rapidly. I feel a chill down my spine as my heart starts to beat faster. I feel tears on my own starting to form. Monica, Monica then starts to shiver. To my shock, her legs then buckle and she falls to her knees. Monica! I rush over to her. Despite her shaking, I rest my hands on her arms. A gentle smile forms across my face, almost as if I'm trying to transfer some positivity to her. I gotta stay strong for her. No matter how difficult this talk gets, I have to try. I at least owe her that much. I'm a mess, Sayori. No, Monica, I am and I always have been. You're just seeing it for the first time. Those words. Those are the exact same words I said to Hallie when I... Oh God, how didn't I know it sooner? Monica, why didn't you say so? I never wanted you to know. I never wanted anyone to know. Hell, as much as I love Hallie, he never should have known how I actually am. I'm not though as perfect as everyone seems to think I am. I'm just some broken, baby, uptight little bitch. As Monica's voice breaks, she brushes her face against my shoulder. I can feel her tears start to stain my blazer. Dad was right. I'm an emotionally unstable wreck. He said that? About you? I feel Monica nod against my shoulder. It's not even the worst thing he said to me. Am I okay to ask what the worst thing was? She pauses for a moment. Actually, I don't want to talk about that. Sorry. She then holds me tighter. She's shaking. Just how long has this been going on for? I need to apologize to them both. Monica releases herself from arms and goes to grab her bag. Wait, you're not gonna do that now, are you? Yeah. What about it? That's a terrible idea. At least that's what I say internally. Externally, I sigh. Look, I personally would wait till tomorrow to apologize. Like, you can't rush things like this. Monica averts her eyes, seeming deep in thought. You're right. That's probably for the best. Monica then gives me an earnest smile, something I've not seen from her since we left campus. After everything that's happened today, coupled with everything she just confessed, it's honestly a relief. I might make some suggestions on how to apologize. I think for a bit. I think that with Yuri, it might be easier if you wrote something. With Hallie, maybe just, I don't know, talk to him. Yeah, that could work. And there's that nervous look again. I walk towards Monica and rest my hand on her shoulder. You got this. I believe in you. Thank you. After another quick hug, we end up leaving the park. When we reach a familiar part of the street, we split off and start to head back home.
With a heavy sigh, I lay on my bed. I ran my hands over my face and through my hair. I'm such an idiot. Such a fucking idiot. I grumbled to myself, still regretting what had transpired earlier with Monica. Again, I know Sayori told me not to worry, but I can't help but worry. My mind keeps telling me that I'm partially responsible for her outburst. I did leave her a few texts telling her I was sorry, but nothing. Nothing but a sea of texts that hasn't even been marked as seen, let alone read. I yawn and stretch. I check the time as I rub my eyes. 10:32 p.m. Bloody hell, I need sleep. I grumble. I contemplate sending Monica a final text, but ultimately decide against it. Before charging my phone for the night, though, I feel it vibrate in my hand. I turn the phone towards me so I can see the screen. My heart skips when I see the notification. One new message. Monica. I pass my lock screen and read her message.
Hey, sorry for blanking for you so long. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you, heart.
I feel a weight being lifted from my chest as I breathe a sigh of relief. I sent a quick text back. Love you too, heart. With that final text, I put my phone on charge, a renewed smile on my face. That's at least my immediate worry laid to rest. As for tomorrow, though, I'm still a little anxious. Especially knowing the weight of today's event. No punctuation. But at the same time, I'm hopeful.
I sluggishly sit up on my bed and wipe the sleep from my eyes. The early morning light bleeds through my blinds. Admittedly, I didn't get much sleep last night. After I got back home, I just went upstairs to think over what I was still going to do today. I might have my mind set on what I'm going to do, but how are Hallie and I, especially Yuri, going to react? I gulp. Deep breaths, Monica. Deep breaths. After having a moment to myself, I get up from my bed and get my uniform from the closet. As I'm getting dressed, multiple thoughts race through my head, both about yesterday and the day ahead. Some positive, some negative, some that I mentally kick myself for how stupid they sound. Eventually, after readjusting my ribbon and to give one last look at myself in the mirror, sigh. You can do this, Monica. I take some more deep breaths before stuffing my books and the note I wrote for Yuri last night into my bag. I then make my way downstairs. I decide to skip breakfast. I can easily get something from a vending machine later. As I sit slouched on the sofa, I realize I've still got a decent amount of time before I'd usually walk down to Hallie's house. And especially since both Mom and Dad typically leave for work before I even get up, I'm just left alone with my thoughts. It doesn't take me long to eventually say screw it and just leave to meet Hallie. I'm sure he wouldn't mind me being early. I make sure to lock up before I head down. Then, after making sure I've got everything, I start to walk down.
Is it still her?
Even though I've been up for a while, I still feel a little tired from the night before. Waking up at 4:30 in the morning didn't help my case either, but I couldn't get back to sleep. I make a mental note to pick up an energy drink from the store before school this morning. Just then there's a knock at the door.
I think we're in line. Hallie, whoops. I check my phone. 6:04 a.m. Monica doesn't usually show up until 6:45, and chances are Sayori's only just getting up. Slightly curious, I go to answer the door. See, I wasn't sure if that was Monica and having just entered his house on her own.
Morning, Hallie. I know I'm early, but I just wanted to see you.
My face relaxes as a smile forms across my lips. My instincts then take over as I embrace Monica lovingly. I missed you so much. My speech comes out a little muffled as my face is pressed against Monica's shoulder. Monica pats my back, giving a slight giggle as she does so.
I missed you too.
She then pulls away, looking a little down. Moni?
Hallie,
She looks away momentarily.
I'm sorry about yesterday. For lashing out at you and Yuri. For everything.
Monica struggles to hold in her tears. Monica, if anything, I should be apologizing. I did keep prodding at everything, you know. I scratch at my neck. Monica then clutches my hands, still looking fairly sheepish.
Do you think Yuri hates me?
That's certainly one hell of a conclusion to jump to over one little outburst, isn't it? If anything, Yuri seems more shocked than anything. No, I don't think Yuri hates you. Could she be upset with you? It's likely. But I highly doubt she'd hate you. Monica nods, slowly resting her forehead on my chest. I wrap one of my arms around her, allowing her to have a moment to herself. You want to come inside? I was gonna make some coffee before you knocked. Monica looks up, her gaze locked onto me as I use my thumb to wipe some of her tears.
Yeah, I'd like that.
I then let go of her, letting her to easily slip past me and into my house. I follow her in soon after. After a couple of minutes, I walk back into the living room with 2 mugs of coffee. As I walk in, though, I notice Monica's eyes glued onto a sheet of paper. Oh, God. Rather than ask about it straight away, I place our drinks on the table and take a seat next to her. Monica gives me a gentle smile and nods, silently thanking me. We sit together in silence, and silence only being broken whenever either of us sip our respective drinks. The coffee's a little on the strong side this morning, but after last night, it's deserved. And judging by the look on her face, Monica seems to appreciate the strength. I look over to the sheet Monica's been reading over. From the few bits I can make out, it seems to be an apology for Yuri. At a guess, I'm assuming that was part of why Sayori wanted to talk up to her yesterday. I crack a smile as I give her shoulder a gentle squeeze. She emits a soft hum. I'm proud of you, hon. She then rests her head on my shoulder, a wide smile taking over her lips.
You think it's gonna work?
Honestly, I don't exactly know, but I'm hopeful.
To be fair, this was more Sayori's idea. I was, really stumped for ideas. It's funny, though. I helped Yuri with the exact same thing after her first serious bout with Natsuki, and it didn't occur to me to do the same thing.
I pat her back. Don't worry, it happens sometimes. A couple more minutes pass, and Monica and I soon finish our drinks. I stand from my seat, picking up both mugs as I do so. I'm just gonna rinse these out quickly. Just wait outside for me. Monica nods as she collects her things and leaves. After giving the mugs a thorough rinse, I leave them on the side and head out.